Okay, so I would like everybody to go to your line tool, which is the one right below the text tool. And I would like you to just to make a simple line that goes from the middle out in one direction, maybe that big. So you should have no fill color, meaning that up here in the left, you want to have the square with the red line through it, so no fill color. And your stroke color can be whatever color you want it to be. You can change those two right down here as well. And so now you've got this line. And next I would like you to go to your rotate tool, which is the one just below the eraser tool. It's a round circle with an arrow on the end. When you click on that tool, you'll notice that a light blue little crosshairs will show up. This is where your image is going to rotate from. So for this, I'm going to want it to rotate from the end. So I'm only going to click one time. So I click once, and then that shows up right there. So next, I would like you to hold down the Alt key. And when you hold that down, you notice what happens to your mouse. You get two little arrows. You get one that's black and one that's white. So whenever you press it down, you can see that that happens. So I would like you to hold down the Alt key and then click and hold and move this line down a little bit. Notice how it's pivoting off of that light blue thing, and then let go. So after this, you can hit Command D and hold down Command D, and you notice that it will start repeating. And you can go around as many times as you want. All right, so that is the most basic. This is called a guilloche pattern, and you can, once you're done with that, you can just highlight it and delete it. We'll be making a lot of them, so. So I'm gonna repeat this with a bunch of different things, so just try to stay with me. All right, so next I'm going to use the pencil tool to do the same thing. So I go to the pencil tool, which is just below the brush tool. And I'd like you to make a curved line, something like this. So notice how the stroke right now is at 1 point. You probably want to not go any higher than 1 point. If you want to change it, you can also go to your stroke over here. And the end of your line, if you go up to here to window and then stroke, I'd like everybody to make sure that they've got that. So you've got this right here, this window where it says stroke. Under here, you've got different endings for your stroke. So I've got an arrow, for instance, and notice how that creates an arrow right there for that side. If I do an arrow for this one, notice that it creates an arrow for that side. There's a bunch of different ones that you can use. You can experiment around with those. All right, so next, if you take the same exact thing that you did before, where you go to the rotate tool, you choose where you want it to rotate from. Then you hold down the Alt key, and then you move it over, and then you hit Command D. So I'm just showing you a bunch of different variations of the same thing. All right, now I'm going to use a shape. So I go to my shape tool. Just continue to watch, you'll get it. So ellipse tool, I'm just going to pick a shape. So that's just a regular shape. I went to my shape tool and I got it. I go to the rotate tool again. I choose where I want it to rotate from. I click once. And then I hold down the Alt key. I move it over. Let go of the Alt key. Command D. All right, so that's using a shape. All right, now I'm going to make two shapes. I'm going to use the ellipse tool, and then I'm going to go back into the shapes tool, and I'm going to go to a rounded rectangle tool. And so now I'm going to make something like this. So here is a different variation. So I'm going to highlight both. I'm going to blend these two. Just like you did before with the last assignment. And now I'm going to go back to my rotate tool. I'm going to choose where I want it to rotate from. I'm going to hold down my Alt key, move it over, and then Command D. It's the exact same operation again and again and again, just using different things to rotate. So those are all the different variations. Just hold on to your horses over there. So this assignment, what you need to do is come up with 5 of these that you think are really good. It's going to require you to probably make about at least 30 of them to come up with 5 that you really like. Obviously, you can tell that they're very quick and easy to make, and therefore making 30 of them wouldn't take you very long. But you need to choose 5 that you think are really good. So this is going to be due on Monday or Tuesday, maybe, we'll see.